Hello guys, my name is Balkrishna Srivastav and welcome to CodeWithBK. So this video is specifically for ISC Class 12 Computer Science students who will be appearing for their boards exams in the next couple of months. So in this video we discuss what to prepare for your section B of ISC Computer Science boards paper 1, what kind of questions are probably going to be asked. We discuss all of that. Okay. So you get three types of problems, okay, that can be divided into these three categories, and each problem will be represented as a class description. You will be given a class with a class name, data members, functions, and description about each function, what it is supposed to do, and you'll have to code according to the requirements. Okay, so that will be completing the functions of a class, and the categories could be it is about programming or concepts of classes and objects or a standard algorithm. Okay. So you will get three questions and you'll have to solve two. Okay. And highly likely you get a question from each of these categories. You might get two from this, one from this, or maybe two from this, one from this, something like that. Okay. But three questions under these categories. Okay. So the programming question will be very similar to what you have prepared for a practical paper. You will be given a set of requirements and you'll have to be writing the code. And the requirements will highly likely be based upon loops and control flow, where you check what kind of a number is this, even number, happy number, stuff like that, or maybe get the words from the string, count the number of uppercase letters, lowercase letters, consonants, things like that, sort the characters in the strings, things like that, or a question in 2D arrays where you have to print column wise or you have to print row wise. Okay, so let us look at the previous year's papers. So if I have a specimen paper, okay, let me look at the specimen paper first. So you see, this is question 6. Okay, so you have been given an original string, mask string. You have to remove all the characters of the mask string from the original string. Okay, very string question. Okay, loops, strings, and control flow. Okay, this is what it is used. You're given a class description and you get given data members, functions you are supposed to code. Okay, code it exactly to the requirements given, keeping the name of the class, name of the function exactly the same they are given in the question. Okay, no point being over smart here. If you want to be smart and you want to solve all the questions, you can solve all three, not an issue. Even I used to solve the entire paper, right? But you should be solving in the very order that is given: 6 first, then 7, then 8. Try not change the order of the questions. If you have to, I mean, there is no other choice, you can, but try not to. Okay. Then you have this question on mixed array. So you see, this type of question is our second category, where you are passing an object of a class into the function of the same class. For example, in this case, if you see, this is class mix array, and this function mix is taking two objects of this very same class. Questions like these involve very minimal amount of code because they are checking your concepts on objects and references here, that you don't get confused with this. Okay, and I would always choose a question like this. Okay, very simple to all, straightforward. For example, in this, each of these class has a data member as an array. Okay, and when you're creating the mix, you create a resulting array by copying the first three and then the next three from the given two mix array objects. As simple as that. Okay. Again, all these questions are separately solved in separate videos, and you can find the link of these videos in the channel. Okay, you can just search for the question number and specimen paper or the boards paper. You will find the video for this question. Okay, all right. So if we look at another, say, boards paper 2024, so we get one question on decimal to hexadecimal. Okay, programming question. We get one question on the standard algorithm, which is our third category. Okay, maybe a recursion question, maybe a sorting question, maybe a binary search. Okay, and this is one question, another on coding. So you don't have second category question in this case. Okay, that's what I said, maybe two from this, one from this, two from this, one from this, but three questions in the same category. Okay, so if your programming is solid and you are able to prepare well for a practical paper, this programming category should be easy for you. Okay, just follow the requirements, code, that's simple. Okay, so I definitely recommend looking at the previous year's papers. So I have boards 2023, I have specimen 2024, boards 2020, specimen 2025, boards 2024, and specimen 2023. So you should be solving these at least questions from these 5-6 papers. Okay, these questions 6, 7, 8, or the questions in section B from these previous year's papers, to give yourself a good practice on what is about to come in exam. Okay, and one thing I strongly recommend for all of you who are preparing for a standard exam, be it your board exam, CAT exam, ITJ exam, you should always be looking at previous year's papers. First thing you should be doing, gives you an idea on what you have to prepare. Take these exams as objectively as possible. There are a set of questions that you have to answer, and that's it. There is no PhD, there is no knowledge, there is nothing involved. If you get the right answer, you get marks, you score your marks, you move on. That's it. Okay. So finally, listing on what to prepare. So loops and control flow, we have types of numbers. For example, we have evil number, we have Krishna Murthy number, we have happy number, etc. Okay, then you can prepare on dates, for example, to find the date and days after the given date. Okay, number systems, where you convert decimal to hexadecimal, decimal to octal. Okay, then you have strings. We count how many lowercase, uppercase, or types of letters, types of characters, digits in a string. One of the good questions would be validate a password, because this can be done recursively as well. Okay, usually the requirement is for a password to be correct, it has to be within the certain range of length, minimum 6, maximum 20 characters, something like that. And it should contain one uppercase, one lowercase, one special character. You should definitely be knowing how to check for a special character. Okay, then your question on 2D array, you should be able to print row wise, column wise, count odd even, count boundary elements, print boundary elements, print corner elements, stuff like that. Okay, and all these videos are all uploaded. You just have to search for all these names in the search bar, and you'll find a video for this. Okay, so print column wise, row wise, okay, count odd even, okay, stuff like that. Okay, in order to practice questions on this, I definitely recommend solving previous year's boards and specimen papers. The specimen paper that I'm showing you is downloaded from the official ISC website. I have not created that paper, and your board exams paper is highly likely very similar to that specimen paper. The pattern remains the same. Okay, then we come on the standard algorithm. So I have added multiple questions on to explain recursion. For example, if you want to find the nth Fibonacci number using recursion, how do you do that? Okay, so you just type recursion, you'll get a list of videos from my channel. Okay, then we have standard sorting, binary search. Okay, so these are the topics. Okay, try to solve as many as questions from your previous year's exams, and when I say solve, write it on the paper, run it on the system, and get the output. Okay, that gives you a lot of confidence that whatever you're doing it correct. Okay, don't just look at it at the very end moment. Obviously, you don't have the time to write, right? You just look at the questions and you try to figure out the answers. That's okay, but if you have time, you should be definitely practicing as much as possible. Again, my idea always has been, if you have two materials, material 1 and material 2, rather than covering two materials, I'll say cover material 1 properly and then solve questions on it as much as possible. Okay, then when you are done preparing for material 1, solving questions on material 1, then move on to material 2. Okay, focus again is practicing as much as possible, because in the exam you'll have to write the answers. Okay, so once again, looking at the previous year's papers, I just want to show that questions are from one of these categories. So going to boards 2020, going to section B. Okay, so you see this question is a date question. Okay, this question about binary search standard algorithm. The third one is about taking objects of the same class within a function of this class. Okay, one from each of these categories. Going to specimen 2023. Okay, in specimen 2023 you will also have 3 questions. One is chronic number, okay, again using recursion. The other is odd even, using objects of the same class within the function of the class. And then you have encrypt a normal programming string question. Okay, going to boards 2023, go to question 6, numdude. Okay, loops, control flow, numbers, okay, using recursion. Then you get to a question on 2D arrays. Okay, and then there is a question where you get an object. You see sort alpha object in the very function of this sort alpha class, second category. Okay, going to specimen 2024, specimen 2024 section B. Section B has question 6 has, okay, binary equivalent, decimal to binary conversion you'll have to do, and to check out for evil number. A video separately for evil number is also uploaded. Okay, then there is a class composite for 2-dimensional arrays. Okay, and then encode. So 2 programming questions in this case. One, in fact all 3 programming questions only. Okay, does this use recursion? Yeah, this use recursion. So standard technique and 2 programming questions. Okay, all right. Going to boards 2024, boards paper 2024, question 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this is decimal to hexadecimal. Then standard algorithm in search and sort. Then a programming question from category A. Then going to specimen 2025. Okay, question 6, 7, 8. Question 6 is about masking a string, programming question on strings. Category A, this is category B, taking objects of the same type in the function of this class, and then a standard algorithm category C. Okay, one from each category. Okay, so you'll get 3 questions from these. Each question will be a class description, you'll give a class name, function names, description of the function, you'll have to code accordingly. Okay, and highly likely you'll have to write a main function for all of these. Okay, if you're not asked to write a main function, don't write it. Okay, define a main function. If a main function is not required, don't do it. Okay, all right, so I hope this video was helpful. This was just to tell you what to prepare for section B, and there will be separate videos I'll be adding for section A and section C as well. Okay, and all these previous years papers, specimen boards are all solved. Okay, their videos are uploaded on my channel. You just have to search for the year, type, specimen or boards with the question number or the entire paper. The video will be there. Okay, if there's a video missing, let me know. It should not be a video missing. Okay. Alright, so I hope this video was helpful. So if you have any follow-up questions, please let me know in the comments. So please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching.